Welcome back. Secret third segment. This is week 7 of Dead Ball Dancing, and we are going to call our shots.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We might bet some shots as well.
We very well might.
We might.
If you've been following the show since the beginning, you know that we did some superlatives for our session 0, little episode 0 action, kind of before the season started. And man, I wish I had gone back and looked at who I picked, but I have all new picks now.
Nothing wrong with that, dude. My mid-major to watch was McNeese. I still stand by it. They're playing really good basketball, but they're 5-5. Still stand by it. Give them time. But my picks have changed too.
So we're going to give you guys Player of the Year. We're going to give you guys our champion. And we're going to give you guys like a hot take, like a hot tournament take. So.
You start, please, because I like yours. You start.
Okay, so here's my hot take.
Yeah, I'll start. Okay. All right.
Doing some research, doing some looking. This is ultra specific. So if you can find a way to bet this, do, because it would be insane.
Yeah.
This is really based on the strength of the Big 12. I think the Big 12 is probably the third best conference, top to bottom, behind the Big 10 and the SEC. So I think that the last two in are going to play for an 11 seed this year. I think that'll be in the South bracket. So it'll be the 6 and the 11 in the South bracket. Now, the South bracket feeds out of Milwaukee. I have Illinois in the 6. And I have either BYU or Arizona limping into the tournament as the 68th ranked team. I have them winning their play-in game for the 11 seed. I have them beating Illinois. And I have them winning one more game to qualify for Cinderella status.
God, that's why I have you start to captivate people, because it's just so specific and cool. Like
it's a Big 12 pump, it's an Illinois fade, and it's a Cinderella story all wrapped in.
But you even chose the bracket, which is like, who the fuck knows that? Like, what? Impressive. If you can find a way to bet that, I will throw in with you. I'm telling you that right now. I will literally.
I think I could probably bet Mike BYU is the 68th team in the field. I think I could probably get some money out of him.
You could swindle him, because you know he's gonna say yes, no. He's gonna say no.
Yeah, because he thinks they're better than that.
Correct.
And I think they're literally the last team into the field.
we got to find a way to save that, because that is a good one. That's one of the best ones I've heard in a while. So make sure we don't lose that, please.
I'll clip it out. I got to manually handle this video, so I could clip it right out and make a short of it with just my beautiful face. And maybe I'll take a secret picture of Mike, and I'll have like angry BYU fan.
Just try to get him in a moment where he's just like yelling about Venn clothes or something like work. You guys wouldn't understand it since you're all broken and employed. I'm gonna
bleep that out so people don't send hate mail where we work.
I'm going to go hot take here too. And I kind of alluded to it at the beginning of the year. I'm going to go back to Dayton. I think I said Dayton was going to make a run, but that was before I think they showed how really good they are. I don't have the bracket they're going to play in. I don't have the seed that they're going to be. I don't have any of that. I could think about that. We could throw a bet down. But I have Dayton to the Final Four. Wild take, but they've shown that they can kind of be a giant slayer. Pause. They're beating perennial top 25 teams, both in our top 25, the AP and the KenPom. And they're hanging with the best teams in the nation. And I think, they tidy up that offensive side of the ball. And I could see them like rampaging through the tournament to the Final Four. I think that's where they falter because they don't have that Final Four, oh God, like this is it experience. But man, impressed, and I'm taking Dayton to the Final Four, man. Yeah, all the way to the Final Four.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Yeah, I'll throw a seed in there as a 4 seed.
Yeah, I'd have to look closer to see. They definitely won't be playing in Dayton for the play-in games. I'll tell you that much.
Nope.
So I want to give a little bit of context. If you're new, I know these shows hit the feeds and the metrics differently than our live shows do. So if you have somehow stumbled upon us, Justin is the basketball guy. I'm the sports bettor.
Yes.
So
and very good.
I'm going to let you get into your player of the year pick next, but I wanted to give that context because you're approaching it from a basketball standpoint, and I'm approaching it from a value standpoint.
Yeah.
I just want to call that out because they are drastically different picks.
they are very different picks. I'm going to go on a small rant, but just rein me in if I go too far. Okay. When the fuck have the awards become a popularity contest? Like, I'm not.
Patrick Mahomes.
Like legit, I think that literally changed everything because someone just won a football trophy that didn't deserve it. And I think a lot of people agree with that sentiment. And I'm worried it's happening again with basketball. Okay, that's all I wanted to say.
He's not the best wide receiver in the country. He's not the best cornerback in the country. He's not top 5 at either.
I mean, Genty just broke Barry Sanders' record and his team's in the playoffs. So I just, this is not a football channel, but that shit drove me nuts. And I think it's going to happen again.
He's going to be good in the NFL. He should not have won the Heisman. Those things can both be true. Fuck Colorado.
Yeah, honestly, fuck Colorado. You and I are going to go see that game. ASU Colorado. I'm going to be rooting so hard.
I'm going to wear a Dion abandoned underprivileged children T-shirt.
If you buy 2 of them, I'll wear the second one.
Let's get it done.
Hunter Dickinson is by far the best player in the nation. Like, I'm just, from a pure basketball standpoint, he's just the best basketball player in the nation. 16 points a game, 10 rebounds a game, 57% shooting on 116 attempts. I don't know who else is in the run. I do know because I'm about to bitch about him. But like, just from even from your standpoint, right, where basketball really well, but you are the better, like you just said, that stat line is ridiculous. And Kansas hasn't been the best. I understand that, but Kansas will be in the tournament. They might win their conference, and it's because Hunter Dickinson is out of his mind. Cooper Flagg, who is the current odds-on favorite, I did look up my odds here, so you'll be proud of me, is averaging 16 points, 9 rebounds, and 43% shooting on 133 attempts. RJ Davis, who is ahead of Hunter Dickinson in the odds, is averaging 18 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists a game on 35% shooting on 160 attempts and 25% from 3 on 76 attempts. Those 2 guys are both ahead of Hunter Dickinson because they play for Duke or because they play for UNC and because RJ Davis had a good year last year. Like, it's very frustrating to me, but clearly, from a basketball standpoint, Hunter Dickinson is my pick for player of the year. And if he keeps playing the way he's playing, he's damn near shooting 60% from the field. And, he's shooting perimeter jumpers. Like, anyone that does that should win player of the year. And he's not going to, but it's ridiculous that he's not. So that's my player of the year candidate.
So I'm in a completely different stratosphere. Walter Clayton Jr. for Florida is 40-1 right now for player of the year.
Yeah.
So let me paint a picture. Audience, close your eyes and imagine a world where Florida is currently undefeated. That's the world we live in now. It's a very tough SEC. But Florida goes on a run, and Florida finishes the season with 2 losses. One you wouldn't expect, and one at Tennessee. They win the SEC tournament. That team is the number 1 team in the country.
Yeah.
The best player on the number 1 team in the country will win player of the year if they have 2 friggin' losses.
Yeah.
40-1 for Walter Clayton Jr. is money that I have already bet. When I was doing my research today, I bet this today.
Good.
Walter Clayton Jr. should not win Player of the Year. Will probably not win Player of the Year. But there is not a better player in the country for me for the value.
Yeah.
Because Florida is a top 5 team.
Yep.
If you think that Florida is a top 10 team the rest of the way, this is worth a sprinkle. Because Florida cannot be a top 10 team the rest of the way without Walter Clayton Jr. carrying them. So I don't think this is the most likely outcome. But this is the outcome that matches the narrative that I would like to see for the rest of the year. I would like to see this Florida team play well, and they need Walter Clayton to play well to do that. Now, more likely is that Florida ends the year with 5 or 6 losses in a tough SEC, and it's one of the guys you named, right? I mean, it's flags to lose is what it feels like.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things that go into that I really don't want to derail our show talking about. But if you're looking for some value, if you're looking for some upside, and you think that Florida has the capability to win the SEC, Walter Clayton at 40-1 money is.
I mean, I don't see how doesn't have better odds. Like, as you were talking, I just pulled up his stats. Holy crap, dude. Like, I've never heard of this guy in my whole life, and I'm supposed to be the ball guy. But 20 a game on 48% shooting and 38% from 3 and 93 from the line. 40
He's having a hell of a year, man.
Holy crap, dude. Like, I might drop a couple bucks on that. That's a great call out on your, because he's checking both boxes, right? He's checking your box saying value, right? Odds value. Like, why wouldn't you take him? But he's also checking the basketball box of, like, the guy can hoop, dude. Like, great call out. I'm gonna bet that. Jesus. Are we doing it? Is it time?
Give me your champ. Give me your champion. Unless you want to go second, I can do the odds, and you can go with basketball fields to end the show.
We'll go basketball fields to end the show.
Okay.
I'm gonna get real emotional with it.
Alabama at 16-1 is my favorite to win. I know I just gassed you up on Florida. There's a more likely path here, right? Alabama was a preseason favorite. Alabama is the current favorite. Alabama is behind Florida in my rankings and our rankings, probably just because Florida's undefeated.
Correct. That is correct.
I think Alabama is the better team. Alabama has a better core. Alabama has more experience. I think it's more likely that Alabama gets an easier tournament draw with some of these shitbag teams like Gonzaga and BYU. So for me, a 16-1 Alabama, that's not great value. If you bet college basketball, you know you could hit some of these long dogs.
Yeah.
But it's all about protecting value. It's all about generating a position where you stand to make more money than you should. Alabama at 16-1 money for me is a Final Four team, and it's not particularly close. If you told me I could get a team in the Final Four right now at 16-1 money, I would take it every single time. When you look at some of the top teams in the country, whether it's Tennessee, Florida, Auburn, Iowa State, Bama, Dayton, St. John's Marquettes, right? Alabama has the experience.
Yeah.
Alabama does not have the glaring weaknesses, right? Yeah. They're not necessarily the best team.
Yeah.
But they don't have any fatal flaws. They will play their game. They will make you play their game. They'll win 90% of those and lose 10% of those. Yeah. But if you can give me a Final Four team without a fatal flaw who plays their brand of basketball at 16-1 money, I'm there. So Alabama at 16-1 is my pick right now, week 7, for NCAA champion.
I really like it. And I believe they were your original pick too, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So I like that you're kind of being consistent with it. And I don't know if it wasn't last year because it was UConn Purdue, but when UConn won their first one, wasn't that against Alabama? Or am I misremembering that?
It was either them or that was the Final Four game.
Okay, yeah, because you talk about experience, right? Like they literally have it. And if it was indeed the Final Four game, if Alabama played UConn in a repeat of that this year, Alabama might win that game by like 30, right? Like, so I'm a big fan of your pick, dude. I really like it. I originally said Duke to start the season. I do think Duke is starting to figure some things out. They look a little more crisp. So I'm not wavering too far from that. But unsurprisingly, my pick to win the national championship is Iowa State. I think on both sides of the ball, their approach is correct. Offensively, they shoot like 70% of their attempts inside the lane or inside the 3-point line. And defensively, with the exception of maybe Dayton or Marquette, I don't think that there's a better team defensively than Iowa State this year. Pressure-wise, disruption-wise, I think they have the defense required to shut teams down late in games. And that is what you need to win the national championship, like UConn has the last 2 years. They've exhibited a similar defensive strategy. So I don't think it'll be a cakewalk. I think that they're going to have tough games along the way. But I do see them winning both the Big 12 and the national championship on the basis that their defensive pedigree is just unbelievable. So I'm going Iowa State.
Just a note, Bama UConn was last year.
It was last year, so Final Four
in the Final Four. That was the Bama team that knocked off UNC.
Yeah. I know. I hate UNC, man. Man. Yeah, Iowa State.
Are there any other like weird one-off call-outs that you would like to make as like a superlative kind of thing for the rest of the season here? Maybe a new Big West champion.
Maybe that needs to be another segment though, because there's been some movement in the Big West. I mean, your UC Irvine team. What happened, man? What happened?
Well.
No. I also last one I'll say is I got St. John's making a good run too this year. Give me St. John's to the Sweet 16, but then that's where I'm having them stop. Pitino's a great coach. I think he's got them guys fired up. They can beat good big Power 5 teams. So St. John's to the Sweet 16, baby. Give me the mid majors this year. Come on.
I have Wisconsin making the tournament and losing in heartbreaking fashion to some kind of religious school.
St. Bonaventure.
Dude, if it's the fucking Bonnies.
It's going to be St. Bonaventure.
I wouldn't watch basketball I'd probably not watch any more of the tournament, if we're being honest. I probably would just start. I can't, dude. The fighting rabbits? Are you kidding me?
The Hatters are making the tournament this year.
If Wisconsin lost the fucking Stetson, I would never. Oh god.
The fucking Hatters, dude. The Hatters. That should be my bold prediction. Damn. What a good. I like these bold. We should refresh this every month. Like once a month, this is going to be our secret third segment. So we can call ourselves out. Get input from the people. We're still waiting on your picks.
Yeah. If you guys think that that's a good idea, let us know in the comments.
Please. Good episode.
Hit up Chainlink. If you haven't played Chainlink, it is our free sports pick game. You can get the Dead Ball Dancing game of the week. I'll try to get this video up before our current game of the week, but you should just be playing every single day. If you find yourself in the Phoenix Valley portion of Arizona, Club 602 is sponsoring and presenting a bartender competition at the Guadalupe on Main in Mesa. That is January 6th. There's always something going on. So like, subscribe, comment, follow at Club 602 everywhere. We're the first thing that comes up on Instagram, the second thing that comes up on Twitter.
Perfect. And please, even if you don't join us for the live show, views are views. Tune in for the 3rd episodes. Even if if the live shows are too long, then skip through it. Go to my predictions because they're normally right. Skip Rick's.
True.
It's. I'm kidding.
It's
Definitely
true.
get on Chainlink. If you do one thing, get on Chainlink and play Game of the Week, please. It's beautiful. Rick has done a great job. Please do it.
Link is in the bio. I am King of Lakemore. Pretty much everywhere you can find me.
It's on J_Abe's. It's on one of these sides. I don't know which one it is, but please give your boy a shout out. Follow me.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Dead Ball Dancing. We will see you live next Monday. Take it easy.
Peace, y'all.